Alright, we back. Goodfellas Sports TV. We was already talking about Tekashi69 getting indicted as part of the RICO, racketeering little charge. You know, it's RICO is an acronym for it. And apparently it turns out to be true. The story's been published in NBC New York. I'll link the article to the description. And they have exact confrontation of why it had and why they're getting indicted and some other things in the article. You know, it's unfortunate. You know, I thought it might have been another one of those things about the robbery where, you know, he was just, you know, trolling again, but this seems to be some serious acts. And most of the guys I've been chopping it up with in the comment section on social media, checking out Carasino videos as well. Some of us think that he's just being targeted to bring down everybody else. And the feds have somewhat of a 98 to 97% conviction rate when they come and, you know, drop charges down on people. Very, very high. When they come, they're accurate and they're swift. It's hard to beat the feds. Big Meech had an opportunity to beat the feds. He knew his percentages were 2 or 3%. So he took the cop out and took the 20 years, I believe. But let's get into it, man. According to NBC New York, this is one of the articles I link here. Tekashi69 successfully faces charges of participating in racketeering conspiracy. You know, for his criminal involvement in non-trade using and carrying firearms which were brandished and discharged in connection with racketeering, participating in a gunpoint robbery in the Times Square area, West 40th Street and 8th Avenue early this year on April 3rd, and agreeing to shoot someone who had shown disrespect to non-trade, resulting in innocent bystander being shot in the area of Fulton and Utica Avenue in Brooklyn on July 16th, you know. So, also, you know, with that particular article failed to mention, and I'll get into the NBC article in particular, was that I guess when they raided his home, if I'm understanding right, you can read the article and tell me if I'm wrong. When they raided his home and apparently found the gun, they found a backpack that was in connection to, you know, I think the little robbery they had. And I'll read some more about that right now. All right. And, you know, with the NBC source I'll link in the description, you know, they talked about it. You know, the police chief or somebody, you know, talked about it, man. And they said, they said that 6ix9ine was captured on surveillance video as he sat in his car and filmed the scene Times Square when his co-defendant carried out a violent robbery against a rival gang member. So that makes him accessory to that, sitting there watching them and taping them. So, you know, they got a lot of stuff on here, man, and talking about him, you know, and what he's done. And again, the indictment alleges that he participated in the July shooting of a bystander in Brooklyn, in the gunpoint robbery of one of the rival gang members this spring. Obviously, his lawyer said he was innocent, you know, and you know, this is just crazy, the things that he said he's going through, and how much he had, you know, just indictments and rubbing shoulders with these guys that like he's just gonna be guilty by association, you know. They said they carried out acts of robbery, narcotics trafficking in Manhattan, the Bronx, Brooklyn since 2013. The indictment said each gang member was required to participate in at least 2 acts of racketeering conspiracy. Those acts could include murder, robbery, extortion, and drug distribution, the court paper said. The gang members showed unprecedented level of violence this year, added Homeland Security special agents in charge Angel M. Melendez in the press conference. They retaliated against rival gang members committing, you know, robberies and pushing highly addictive drugs like heroin and a whole bunch of other stuff. All right. You know, and apparently, you know, somewhere in here that Tekashi69, you know, when they raided the house, they found the weapon. I mean, they found that backpack that was connected to one of the robberies, one of the scenes they had allegedly robbed or held somebody in gunpoint. And the night that he was in the Barclays Center, that's in there as well too. So they built a nice paper trail on Treyway and the rest, and Tekashi69, I was there when he fired a firearm in the Barclays Center. You know, I had never heard Tekashi69 music. You know, I had always seen his videos on, you know, on Facebook when they play or on social media when they play, but I never hit the sound because he looked crazy. You know what I'm saying? He got all the colorful hair in his hair, and then you know him and the rapper Casanova, they had beef at the time. That's why, from what I understand, he allegedly discharged the firearm, and you know, Gervonta Tank Davis, one of the boxers, he came out to Casanova, I think. Okay. And, we listening there, and I'm sitting next to a girl. She from Brooklyn. You know, we sitting right next to each other at the Barclays Center. She explaining, we just chopping it up, talking about music and shit. She was, she was super cool. And then Adrian Broner came out, and I hear Sticky with the Blicky High, and he get the rapping. And I was like, man, we didn't know who it was. You know, the guy sitting next to me say, oh, that's Tekashi69. I said, damn, I thought Broner and Tekashi69 was beefing. You know what I'm saying? I thought they was beefing because before the fight, they was beefing over internet, but it turned out to be a troll. And what it really turned out to be that Casanova and Tekashi69 in the same building, that was like mixing ammonia and bleach together. That's a deadly combination. And, I thought it was mystical when he first started rapping. People gonna laugh, but I said, that little light-skinned Puerto Rican, I think that's what he is, got that big a voice. His voice didn't match his body. You know what I'm saying? I thought he was rapping about some other type of acts. You know what I'm saying? I didn't know he was rapping no gangster stuff. I seen the colorful hair, and I thought, he was fruity in the booty, like some people say. I didn't know. I didn't listen to it. I just couldn't look at him and listen to his music at first. You know what I'm saying? I listened to me. I said, it's all right. It's straight. I can't believe that large voice coming out that small body. I was like, all right, because him and Casanova sound the same over the Brooklyn Barclays Center speakers. And then the next thing you know, I'm walking out the Barclays Center, and they get to shooting. You know what I'm saying? And it's a crowd of people. And I'm talking about, it took me about 30 minutes to get out the Barclays Center. And I went to the Buffalo Wild Wings up the street in Brooklyn, and he caused a lot of chaos, man, a lot of chaos. And like I said, the Ebro Kai, he from Hot 97, he didn't let him on Summer Jam. Somebody explained that to me in the comment section. So. He was around here. He was accessory. Long story short, he was accessory to some of the gang acts. So they've been building a paper trail on them for a long time. I thought it was possibly him trolling. But what it seems like they want to do is they want him to sing, and it wasn't no coincidence. Let's just keep it real to chop it up on this for a minute. All right, it was no coincidence that they waited until he fired Treyway as his management. They was like, oh, this is the perfect time. This is going to be the nail in the coffin. Tekashi69 probably not even their main target. But you know what? They know out of all the people in the gang, he going to crack. And they know if they put him in that prison population, they ain't going to he probably going to get touched in there. So at the end of the day, his lawyer said he innocent, but he about to sing. He about to sing. And this is what happened when you guilty by association. He was witnesses in there in the majority of these acts in this report. And he's facing 20 years to life by recording a gang member robbing. And what they are also saying that to be in Treyway, you had to be blessed in. You had to go out there and do some type of acts that included robbery, allegedly murder, allegedly selling drugs. You had to do something to get in the Treyway. And they saying Tekashi69 did something to get in the Treyway. Going back to the Times Square thing, where they robbed a guy or they shot at a rival gang member as well, and they claim Tekashi69 recorded it. All this is guilty by association. You accessory. You sat there and watched him do this, and he gonna get in there, and they gonna get in there, and they ain't even got to break this guy. When you hear 20 to life, your average pencil pusher, your average studio gangster that's about to have probably the hottest selling record, plus this happening to him too. They got the hottest selling record. He ain't going to be so gangster in that interrogation room. He ain't going to be so gangster, when he heard 20 to life. He going to snitch on them, man. That's what they want. They want him. But the bad thing about it is, The bad thing about it is he already on probation, for according to the article. I'll link both of them to the description so you guys can get the gist of it. He's already on probation for, I'm going to just say allegedly, having sexual acts with a 13-year-old on camera. I thought that was a joke, but he copped the plea and he's on probation for that as well. But the feds can make that go away as far as him violating his probation and really doing a full sentence. So if he cooperate, unless one of the other four people he got caught with, or 3 people he got caught with, don't cooperate first, and if they real stand-up G's that he was rolling with, they ain't gonna cooperate. They put him directly in this RICO charge, to bring down the rest of them. That's what it's about. Tekashi69 is the weak link. They know he not gangster. They know. He told you in the Breakfast Club, if the feds really thought Tekashi69 was about what he was rapping and was about this gangster stuff, even though you could look at him and tell he ain't about this gangster stuff. But if he was really about this gangster stuff, really moving what he was moving, really pulling out on guys and seeing sticky with the blicky, if he was really about that, man, you know what I'm saying? He wouldn't have came out on the Breakfast Club and said, I was just going to Chicago trolling. Or I ain't going to die for y'all. Or really, man, I'm going to have security. Look at XX extension. First thing they asked if he got security, he showed his true colors. That was a deciding factor in the holidays coming up to spoil these clowns for holidays. That was one of the deciding factors for the feds to move in now. Trust me, they said it's no perfect time. We know this guy ain't cut from that Treyway cloth. We know he ain't cut with them real gangsters. We got enough, and we know we ain't gonna have to go to trial. They all gonna cop pleas. Cause once we get Mr. Hernandez, or whatever Tekashi69 name is, once we get Tekashi69 to sit there and bend, we bend him a little bit, he gonna break. He gonna tell him everything, let us know what he need to know. He ain't a real street dude. Now if Tekashi69 go down with the crew and they can't break him and they beat the case and don't nobody snitch, salute to him. I apologize for saying that then he's a snitch. But if he go down and he snitch and he get off on with a slap on the wrist and they all go down, then you know what happened. And at the end of the day, will his fans still support him? Seriously. It's no snitching in the streets, but that's a rule that's seldomly been followed, then hasn't been followed throughout history. Go back to Alpo, go back to Frank Lucas, who snitched on the police, say what you want to say. Go back for years. OG snitched all the time. Nicky Barnes snitched on his whole crew, understandably though. Rayful Edmonds, behind bars told on everybody because they was playing with his money. Playing with his drugs. You know what I'm saying? This ain't no coincidence. They know it's the perfect time. It's schism in the crew. It's weakness. It's a weak link. And Tekashi now the weak link that's gonna snitch on them all. So I want to see, if it turned out that he snitches and he brings down Treyway and how they spin this. Do we come out and still be popular? Is people gonna respect the snitch? And what's life gonna be at? And like I said before in my previous videos about him, when the stuff hit the fan, when everything break down and tumble down like Jenga, and everything started to fall down and tumble over, all them people that he disrespected in Chicago, all the people in LA that he disrespected, he out here a regular person, trying to live a regular life, trying to go like Vanilla Ice and live a straight life now, and be cool, calm, and collective, and think everything go out good. That's when everybody he disrespected, ain't no apologizing. Everybody he went out there to California, fighting at the airport, beefing with YG, the guy that shot at him in Beverly Hills. When all that hit the fan, y'all hear me? When all that is gone, he want to live a regular life and talk proper and get a regular 9 to 5 or enjoy the fruits of his labor. That's when everything he done and trolling he done gonna come back on him tenfold. But it's Goodfella Sports TV. Make sure y'all check out links in the description. We on Facebook at the Facebook group. We on Twitter. Also, you can email me, reach out to me, any video requests, business inquiries. You can hit me up on Facebook, Twitter. Also, check out our Facebook group. Want to make a donation to the channel? That link's in the description. And don't forget, I'm going to link those articles to the description so you can read it, watch the videos that the NYPD gave about the police report. See the whole 9. Don't seem to be fake. Don't seem to be a troll. It seemed to be real deal trill. But I appreciate everybody for rolling through tonight. Make sure you smash the subscribe button. Much blessings to all the brothers and sisters out there. Hopefully everybody enjoy their Thanksgiving. Don't drink and drive. Be safe and enjoy the holidays. Y'all know what it is. We gone.